Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 9 Malls as seen on TV, Gadget, and Food Review channel. Today I'm going to review the Kitchendao, that's Kitchendao Deluxe Meat Tenderizer tool with safety lock, detachable for easy cleaning, dishwasher safe, 48 ultra sharp stainless steel needles, sounds dangerous, tenderizer tool for tender poultry, pork, chicken, meat. So I have a really cheap steak, and I'm going to try this meat tenderizer out on it, see how it works, see if it's any good. But it says 48 razor sharp blades break down the connective tissue that makes the toughness of meat and making it hard to eat. Penetrating knives create tiny heat channels within meat, reduces cooking times by up to 40%, resulting in a much more juicy and flavorful meat as cooking heat has less time to dry out the meat. It provides a pathway for marinades to absorb deeper into the meat. So yeah, let's open it up, see what's inside. The company sent this over to me, so I really appreciate it. The cost is, depending on the color, I think it's $14.99. I think there is a different, the black version I think is $9.99. So yeah, pretty good deal. And yeah, before we begin, please support my channel at patreon.com/9malls. I'm moving my kind of weird and strange content over there, so when I find an item that's kind of, and this is in quotes, kind of weird, strange, I'm moving my reviews over to Patreon. So that's one reason why you would sign up over there, get exclusive content and stuff you won't see anywhere else. It's all exclusive on Patreon. So kind of trying to differentiate the content over on Patreon, because people have been like, why should I sign up over there? It's just more reviews, but they're not more of the same. There are, there's tons of content that's from the past, but I think going forward, I want to do some more kind of weird and strange items, and I'm going to put them exclusively on Patreon. So definitely check it out. Literally takes minutes to sign up, and if you're already a member of Patreon, it takes probably like 2 seconds to add me to your support mix. All right, the first thing I noticed is it's heavier than you think it'd be, and then you twist again the lock for safe storage. Press the button to detach. All right, so it's unlocked and it's ready to go. I have a piece of cheap meat that I got from the store. If you have a Winco, you might know that store, but yeah, I got some really inexpensive meat. So yeah, this whole piece of meat was $4.08. So it says great for the grill, but I highly doubt that. So yeah, it's just a pretty, it's almost zero fat on this meat. Looks like it would just be chewy and pretty horrible. And that's why I got it, because I want to see if this tenderizer can make a piece of cheap meat like this into something that's actually edible. So what I'm going to do is kind of just tenderize the meat, kind of systematically tenderize this meat. Definitely have to be careful with this. These are definitely sharp, but it doesn't take much pressure to put, get it in there. You can check that out. Look at those holes there. I'm gonna really tenderize this. All right, let's flip it around. I want to do both sides because I just have a feeling this meat is going to be just absolutely terrible. So I want to tenderize it as much as I possibly can. All right, so I think that's good. Did both sides. You can definitely see the holes in there. This one I'm just going to leave alone, and I'm going to cook them and see. And let me just show you, you can clean this so you're like, oh, there's all this meat, tenderize the meat. All right, so I'm going to spray this with a little bit of oil, get the pan nice and hot, and cook the meat at the same time. That way you know it's not the cooking process that made the difference. It is actually the tenderizer. So you can see the holes in that one, the tenderized, and on the right, the non-tenderized. Alright, so here we go. We have the tenderized version on the left and then the non-tenderized version on the right. The grill marks are kind of on the bottom. Didn't get it as much on this side, but I wanted to put them in the same position as they were before. And if you kind of space this apart, you can still see kind of where the needles went through there. I feel like this one shrunk a lot more, the one that was tenderized. And then this one, you don't see any of those like holes or anything like that. It feels a lot more thick. And like kind of just, you can kind of feel the tendons in there. It's kind of hard to move almost. All right. So here we go. Well, let's flip it around so you can see the grill marks. Maybe it looks a little bit more appetizing. And we'll give it a taste test. And this is with no seasoning whatsoever. And even cutting's a lot easier on the tenderized version. Alright, so I'm going to eat a big piece. First I'm going to eat the non-tenderized version here. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, taste test. Still chewing. It's chewy. Okay, so the meat isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, even with the non-tenderized, it's not like gristle. I thought this was going to be like totally like gristle, because I tried to find kind of the cheapest cut of meat that I could. And just looks wise, it kind of looked like one of those gristly, super hard to chew. But it's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. But yeah, let's see if the tenderizer made this cheap cut of meat into something possibly even premium. So here we go. That would be the best case scenario. Once again, there's no seasoning on this. It's just the meat. I wanted to make sure it was just the meat. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, tenderized. How does it taste? I would say not quite as chewy, but still chewy. Let's cut a thinner strip, see if that helps a little bit. I would say the one thing that I do notice is just kind of how the meat is much more kind of pliable. Check that out. So you see that? Yeah, the thinner strips you can definitely tell. Let's cut off a thin strip on this one, the non-tenderized. Yeah, thinner strips I can definitely tell. It's not much more tender, but I can definitely tell it's a little bit more tender. So will it make cheap meat, cheap beef, as you see here, into something, you know, like a premium cut, like a T-bone steak or a ribeye? Probably not. Will it make it better for marinades? You know, will it improve it by like 10-20%, the taste, the texture? I think so. You know, I think a lot of people do use tenderizers. It's definitely not something new. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool item. The price is right at only like 10 to 15 bucks. And I would say go for it if you can. There's so many other tenderizers out there. You have like the mallets. You have, I mean, there's just so many ways to tenderize the meat. But this is one of them, and one that I haven't used before. That's why I wanted to review it on this channel. So once again, thanks for watching, everybody. The official title of this is the Kitchendao Deluxe Meat Tenderizer Tool with safety lock, detachable for easy cleaning, dishwasher safe, 48 ultra sharp stainless steel needles, tenderized tool, and it gets 4.4 out of 5 stars with 808 ratings, so that's pretty good. And thanks for watching once again. Till next time, I'll see you later.